Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today I would like to explain our assignment named Option Calculator. And this is our group members named Afifah, Alia Maisara, Nurul Irdina, Christina Ami and Zarid Zaida. In this video, we will represent to you our European option and American option calculation. We start with European option. This is the parameter used in the calculation, where stock price is 50, strike price is 52, time to maturity T is 1, risk-free rate interest rate is 0.05, volatility 0.3, period 3, and dividend yield is 0. Next is derived value, where H is equal to T time to maturity over N, period. U, the R factor, equals to exponential R minus dividend yield times with H plus volatility times with square root of H. And then D, down factor, equal to exponential R minus dividend value times with H minus with volatility times square root H. And then P, risk neutral probability, equal to exponential R minus dividend yield times with H minus down factor D over up factor U minus down factor D. Next, step 1, we're going to calculate the stock price. And this is the formula we use to find the stock price. We start with the first one, where S equal to 50. And this value is included in the parameter just now, stated in the parameter. And then we move to the second step, where S equal to 50 times U up factor. Just now in the derived value, and then we get 60.4547, and then the down one S equal to 50 times D for the down factor. And then we move to the second step, S equal to 50 times U, the middle one S equal to 50 times U times D, and then the last one S equal to 50 times D and times D. Next, the last one, the last part, S equal to 50 times U for the 3 times. And then next, S equal to 50 times U times D. Next, S equal to 50 times U times D. And then the last one, S equal to 50 times D times D, where D is the down factor and U is the up factor, the one that we already calculate in the derived value. Second step, we're going to calculate the option payoff, where the formula used for the call option, the orange column, is max stock price at maturity minus strike price. We acknowledge that if our stock price at maturity is greater than our strike price, means we are profit. Meanwhile, if our stock price at maturity is lesser and equal to our strike price, means we don't exercise and zero payoff. For example, for the column that I showed the error, the calculation will be 88.3793 minus 50, because stock price at maturity minus strike price. And then we get 38.3793. And then for the put option, it's the opposite, the vice versa. Means it's the strike price minus stock price at maturity. Means the one that I showed in the column, it's 50 minus 88.3793, which equal to 0. Because the actual value is lesser than our strike price. And then for the step 3, the last step, we're going to calculate the option value at T equal to 0. And then we're going to use the backward induction, where we calculate from the most right and then going down to the most left. The formula will be V equal to exponential negative R times with H times with open parenthesis risk neutral probability times with value option value unknown plus open parenthesis 1 minus risk neutral probability times with option value at down node. And then we calculate, repeat until we get at the time 0 equal to, for the put option, it's equal to 5.0860, and then for the call option, it's 7.5245.
Now, I would like to continue on American option. Firstly, we set the parameter and input value for this option, making a stop price is equal to 50, strike price 50 times the maturity 0.5, risk-free rate is risk-free interest rate 0.06, volatility 0.1, periods is 3, and dividend yield is 0. Next, we will derive the value using the formula in the Excel. We will get H, upper limit, downward limit, and risk neutral probability of the P. Then now we will start to calculate the stop price. First of all, take note that S is stop price and U is upper limit and D is downward limit. To get the S of each branch, we need to know their own position inside the branch. Example, to get the 55.3498 at the upper of branch 2, we will multiply the value with the stop price and double the upper limit, which will get the most upward of the branch. Next, we will calculate the options payoff. The difference between the put and call American is when the call American option is stock price minus the strike price, while the put American is strike price minus the stock price. Given that it is calculated inside the Excel, we will just drag it down to get the number. Lastly, we need to fill up the tree by calculating the others. To calculate the put American, we use this formula, taking inside the Excel where options, learn negative, risk-free rate, multiply with H and multiply with each upper and downward value with the probability. Same as well with the call American. Just to remember, to exchange for put or call, it is K minus S naught, while call American is S naught minus K. However, for the American, we need to include maximum of all the formula, indicating taking the maximum value for all the branch. In conclusion, we get to notify that American and European option is differ at calculating the option value at times t. Therefore, to choose between two situations, we choose American options since it is more convenient, flexible, and can be exercised at any time, giving a more truthful right to the owner.